Hello and welcome to Season 2 of Candid Convos with Jona Dance. My name is Monique Jonas. I'm the founder of Jona Dance and your host for today's episode. I am beyond excited to be able to bring a second season of this podcast because honestly, it started as just a passion project for me, and I am genuinely so thankful and thrilled that so many people within the industry have been able to connect to it and have also requested more. So here we are with a season 2. And if you're new here, at Candid Convos, I basically get the lovely pleasure of inviting wonderful guests to join me in conversation about pretty much anything and everything contemporary dance and the wider dance industry here in the UK. And so with that, I am beyond excited to welcome the icon herself, Etta Murfitt, to episode 1 of season 2. Hey, Etta. I couldn't not call you an icon.
Well, thank you very much. That's very kind.
I mean, first, thanks for taking the time out to join me for a conversation. How are you doing today? It's really lovely to see you.
I'm all right. It's lovely outside, so I'm very happy. As soon as we change season, I'm happy.
It makes a difference, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah, it makes a massive difference to me.
Yeah.
I just love it so much. It just makes everything so much better.
Absolutely. And I feel like, especially London being so fast-paced, I like when the sun comes out because everyone slows down a little bit. On the tube, you kind of don't get brushed as much, or maybe you'll be met with a smile more than
it's
something
true.
else.
It's true. Everybody's emotions get lighter, don't they?
Absolutely.
They feel much better.
And we need that from time to time.
Yeah, we do.
Making it through winter.
For sure.
But I'd love to know, how was your week? Have you been up to anything fun?
So my week has been, I would say for me, more relaxed than usual because I've actually been working from home for the week, which is incredible. So I've been doing lots of Zooms and looking at Midnight Bell, which is the next show that New Adventures is rehearsing. And because it's the first time I'm restaging it,
right,
I've got a lot of work to do. It's a beautiful piece, but it's quite dark. And not only dark as in the themes, but dark as in lighting.
No, it is. It's
so
beautiful.
I can't actually see a lot of it.
Oh, from the film recording.
Yeah, so I've been watching it and going, well, what are they behind the rail? Are they in front of the railings?
Yep.
Where are they?
Yeah.
Where are they coming from? So there's a lot of that. People suddenly appear in a pool of light and I'm like,
how did you get there?
I don't know that.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that some of the people who are returning to the show are going to remember stuff.
I hope so. I imagine so, because there's a fair few people who originated the roles that are returning this time. So I'm sure there's something like tucked away in their knowledge of like, no, I came on stage left.
I'm hoping. So that's what I've been doing this week, which has been really nice because previous to that, I was working with Wise Children, which is the theatre company I work for. And I was in Frome for 5 weeks.
You were in Frome? Oh, wow. I've never been, but I've heard loads about it, you know.
It's lovely. For me, 5 weeks was probably a little bit too long.
Okay.
And then I was in York for 2 weeks, opening North by Northwest.
Yeah. How was the opening?
Yeah, it was good. It's a really complicated show because there are these 4 revolving doors which move. And then there's loads of suitcases which sort of tell you who a person is or what location you're at.
Got you.
And so there's multiple sort of things that you have to deal with during the whole show. So it was quite challenging, but good, but really good. And the performers are all incredible.
Yeah.
There's only 6 of them and they play multiple roles.
Wow. Okay, that's quite fun.
It was very complicated to begin with. And there was a lot of, I can't bring that revolving door on now because I'm over on this side and I've got to bring that suitcase on. And there was a lot of, is anybody else free?
Yes. And then just people being willing to jump in and be like, I can do it.
Yeah, no, I think I can do it because I've just done my quick change so I can probably bring it on as a spy because there's a chorus of spies.
Oh, wow.
So they have to, throw on a waistcoat or a Mac or sunglasses.
Yes.
And then walk on, be a spy, put a suitcase somewhere and then go off and then come back on as their character.
Got you. Once it works, I imagine it makes for something quite seamless.
Yeah,
in the show.
And it's really funny.
Oh, that's
and
good.
It's got a really good message at the end. So
yeah,
it's good. It's been good fun.
Oh, I love that. And I'm glad that this week was quieter, maybe softer.
Softer.
Week. Maybe I'll use that word because I know you're usually very busy managing so many different things at once. So
yeah.
I would love to start off asking you to introduce yourself and essentially like, who are you? Who is Etta Murfitt? A lot of people already know who you are. Not in a scary way. And like, that's why I called you an icon. Like a lot of people know who you are. But it would be great to know a bit about your journey into dance, how you started and your career to end up where you are now.
So, as you said, I'm Etta Murfitt. I am the Associate Artistic Director of New Adventures. So at New Adventures, I'm responsible for restaging all our existing work and collaborating on new work.
Yeah.
And also, along with Kerry Biggin, look at all our talent and development programs. So I sort of oversee all of that as well within the company. And alongside that, I work with different theatre companies and choreograph and have acted as well as dance. So I trained at London Contemporary Dance School.
Yes.
But always had a sort of interest in acting.
Ah, even from when you were training?
Yeah, so from much earlier on, when I was like 13, 14, I used to take myself. There were 2 theatres in London that the RSC owned, and one was called The Mermaid and one was called The Pit.
Yeah.
And they used to do really cheap tickets. So my 13, 14-year-old self would go buy a ticket and go and watch whatever the show was there. And I would sometimes get a bit obsessive and watch a show
like multiple times.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Because I loved the storytelling and I was fascinated by the way those stories were told.
Yes.
So I was interested in acting and dancing.
Yes.
And from that point I was at the Young Place, and I was quite lucky because at that time my family didn't have very much money.
Yeah.
So I was quite lucky in that once I started going there, they let me go for free, which was quite unusual.
What age were you at this point?
I was 13, 14.
Yeah. So the sort of equivalent of like a CAT scheme program today.
Yeah. But I hadn't really done anything dance-wise before.
Yeah.
My sister was a dancer.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
She's 14 years older than me. She didn't continue dancing for very long because she moved to America. She fell in love with her husband and moved to America and opened up this amazing performing arts school, which is still going. My niece runs that now.
Amazing.
And that's in upstate New York. So
wow.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So I guess the arts were in your family-ish, or is it just the two of you?
It's just me and my sister, really. Yeah. Apparently, my dad's brother was a ballroom dancer, but we never met him.
Right.
He sort of disappeared and just vanished. And so I don't know. I don't know. It's quite unusual, especially, I suppose, in terms of my background. You know, having any sort of relationship to the arts wasn't really in my family, I don't think.
Yeah.
Apart from my sister.
Amazing.
I suppose I hopped on her train a little bit. So yeah, I trained at London Contemporary, and then I started working with all sorts of people. I had like a portfolio career. I was doing, you know, pop videos, and then I was doing...
Oh my God, are there any available for us to still see?
No.
Oh.
No. And I don't think I would...
It's going to run to Google.
No, you wouldn't even see me.
Okay.
So that's good.
Okay.
So no. But you know those sort of careers where you're working with somebody and you're doing something for a couple of days and you earn like £100 and then you go somewhere else and you do something. So I was doing bits and pieces like that. And then I did all sorts of things. I worked with Kim Brandstrup and Alita Collins and people like that. And then I auditioned for Adventures in Motion Pictures, which is the earlier iteration of New Adventures. And I got the job, which was amazing.
Right.
So initially, during that period of time, I would do 6 weeks with New Adventures, and then I'd go off and do another project. So maybe work with Kim Brandstrup or Alita or, you know, all sorts of bits and pieces. And I did that for quite a long time.
Wow.
That sort of portfolio kind of career.
Yeah. I mean, I think a lot of people will be able to relate to that, especially in 2025. There's lots of us are kind of doing a project here for a few months and then going somewhere else and doing that project for a few months. Or
teaching.
Lots of teaching. Yeah, lots of teaching, lots of random music videos here and there and things like that.
I also did weird hair shows because my hair was really long.
Right.
And so I'd go and do these mad hair shows where people do mad things with my hair.
Just like styling. They wouldn't cut it and stuff, would they?
Not cut it. No, I had my hair painted once because it was really long. Yeah.
With like just like paint.
Paint.
Whoa.
And then I've had it wrapped in a bird cage.
An actual bird cage.
Then plastic piping as well I had.
Whoa.
With my hair all crimped.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking, 80s.
Yeah.
Mid-80s. But then, you go and do these hair shows and they'd give you like an envelope full of cash and it'd be like, great, that would keep me going for a month.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was really good.
And in these hair shows, like, were you just kind of sat and being styled live? Is it like one of those, or like did they style you and then you kind of get to do a sort of like runway moment?
Both. So sometimes you'd be sitting and somebody would be talking and styling your hair.
Yeah.
Other ones, it would be like you'd get your hair all done, you'd put on a costume and you'd walk down a catwalk or dance down a catwalk, basically.
So you had your hair styled and you were dancing down a catwalk?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Just like improvising?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's amazing.
It was quite good fun because that world is like high octane.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what it's like now, but then it was like...
Just like energized.
Yeah, energized. People really focused on what they wanted to do, really wanted to do really amazing sort of art, basically.
Yeah.
And it was mad. And I was only about 18 at the time. So, and I went to Germany once and it was completely, this whole hotel was just full.
With just
hairdressers.
Wow.
It was incredible.
I mean, I guess it's like the Move It of the hair industry. It's kind of the only thing I've got as a sort of comparison because I've never been to one of these hair shows.
It's exactly like that.
It was just like everyone's energized, like everyone is just like in this one concentrated place. And just like, wow, that's amazing.
So I did lots of peculiar things, which I think is really important for anybody who's doing anything in this industry. You have to say yes to most things in order to learn and to challenge yourself, I think.
Yeah, I guess challenge yourself to go into spaces that you might not have typically gone into, see what you can learn in that, and then bring that back into the spaces that you do really want to be in.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's really important.
And can I ask, like, what was your training like at London Contemporary?
Well, at that time, London Contemporary Dance School had teachers like Jane Dudley, who'd been in the Martha Graham Company, and Peter Connell, who was an incredible dancer who danced at Stuttgart Ballet, and Brenda Last and Ronnie Emblem. And my first teacher was Chris Carter, and she was also incredible. And it was Graham and ballet, basically, initially.
Right. Yeah.
And that was my first year. And the training was quite brutal.
When you say brutal, what do you mean?
One, because it was relentless, and two, because the teachers expected so much of you.
Right.
I wanted to make my teachers really proud of me. I really wanted that.
Yeah.
I wanted them to look at me and go, you are really good and you're working really hard. I didn't mind the kind of work ethic that you needed to be able to do it.
Yeah.
And it wasn't for everybody at that point. It really wasn't.
Yeah.
And there were some people who just thought, there's more to life than just doing this. And for me, it was my life. I loved it so much. And I loved the people that I trained with. And I loved how the training sort of crafted my body. I loved it. I loved being sort of tired and overcoming things and trying to do things better. In my second year, we then started doing more Cunningham.
Yeah, I was going to ask when that sort of was like introduced.
It was there, but in the second year, I had Viola Farber, who was sort of one of Merce Cunningham's muses.
Right.
And she was a sort of extraordinary woman. She was tall. She had a shaved head. She always wore sort of grey tights and a grey old-fashioned leotard and long leg warmers up to her
like the
thighs.
Wow,
You know, you'd ask her a question and she'd go, well, what do you think, Etta? What do you think it is? And I'd go, I think maybe it's a straight leg. No, it's a bent leg.
Oh my God.
Because you had to stand there. She would demonstrate. You couldn't mark it. You had to stand. She would demonstrate it and then you'd do it. So you weren't allowed. So if you asked a question, it was like, well, what do you think? It's like, I don't know what it is.
So would you get in trouble if you tried to mark the exercise?
Yeah, you just, for viola, you just had to stand there.
And just learn from watching.
And learn from watching, which is a skill.
It's an amazing skill, but also it's quite stressful, I imagine.
It was really stressful. Again, she was sort of incredible. All of my teachers at that time had brilliant imagery. You know, they'd make you think about a feeling or emotion or a sense or something that would sort of seep into your body as you were trying to do an exercise.
Yeah.
And I found that really inspiring. And imagery seemed to work really well for me. Actually thinking about what's physically happening didn't work for me. I'd be like, well, I don't know what you mean by turning out from your hip, you know, what's that mean? And actual physical touch as well, you know, like Brenda Last would come up to you and like go, come on, turn out. Sort of make you feel it. She would, you know, that sort of tactile touch. That worked really well for me. Yeah. And I needed that kind of, come on, you can do it. And all the teachers at the time were like that. They really wanted everybody to succeed. But in order to make you succeed, they really pushed you. And I think that was good for me. Yeah. It worked for me. Yeah. Well, that's what I mean by brutal. I think it was brutal, but it was the right kind of training for me at the time. Yeah.
It's great because it's your personal experience and everyone's going to know what works for them. Because obviously I know nowadays with teaching, like we're not really allowed to do any physical corrections. But I also benefited a lot if someone was just like, oh, you need to think, and they pinpoint the area. Yeah,
just a bit of tactile something. It doesn't need to be much, does it? No. Just a little touch or a feeling, you know, trying to get you to feel something.
So then you can recreate it on your own and then you kind of know what sort of sensation you're looking to create. Whereas now I think when I teach, I'm really trying to articulate what the specific part or feeling is in order to translate it without giving that tactile touch, which is a lot harder, I think.
It is harder, but you also learn more about what you're feeling as well in order to be able to translate that when you're teaching.
Absolutely.
So both are good, I think. Yeah. Both are really valid. And I think it's worth it, as any dancer should actually think about what does work for them and what they do need in terms of learning. Maybe, you've made me think about something now.
Oh, good.
That maybe that's something that needs to happen when you start teaching. I mean, I normally do say, I might walk around and touch you. If anybody's not happy, then please let me know. Yeah. But I also think it's good to think about whether or not you in a class needs to say, what's good for me is tactile touch. So if you want to correct me.
The student to say that.
Yeah, maybe. Okay. Something that I've just thought of.
Yeah. Putting that option out there for them.
Yeah. Being able to say, actually, I work better if you see something and you want to manipulate me, then do, because that works for me.
Definitely. I feel like it's a conversation that could be had a little bit more. I've just got into the habit of just being like, are you comfortable with physical corrections? But then also, I guess at the moment, some people might not say no if they that, you know, there's all these other things to consider, all the safeguarding and bits and pieces, which we won't go into today, because I feel like that's a whole other thing to kind of look into. But I'm curious, do you have a favorite memory or like moment in your career? I mean, it's quite hard. You've done so many wonderful things, but that one thing that sticks out that you're like, yeah, this is like a core memory.
I've probably got a couple. Okay. So I'll give you my first one.
All right.
My first one was when I walked into Studio 3 at London Contemporary Dance School, and it was a Saturday class, the Young Place. First time I'd been there, and I saw the accompanist on the floor with a a rug underneath him, and he had the most incredible instruments all around him.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, wow, what's that? And then I walked into the studio, and Chris Carter was sort of sitting on the floor telling everybody in a kind of American accent to come and sit down. And I was like, wow, okay. And then one of the first things we did was legs out in front, arms up, and swinging forward and coming up, and swinging forward and coming up. And the music started to play and we started doing it. It was an absolute moment of epiphany for me. I was like, oh my God, this is it. This is what I want to do. I want to do that. This is amazing. The music, the movement, the suspension, the everything.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this is incredible. And she was talking about breath, which is my big thing.
Yep, it certainly is.
She was talking about breathing and lifting the chest up towards the ceiling. And I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. This is it. And it really was a moment for me where I thought, right, this feels like home. This is what I want to do.
Amazing.
And it really was like a thunderbolt. I was like, wow. And I remember going home and talking to my mum, and my mum going, oh, all right, yes, dear, yes, all right. But that was it.
It kind of just like lit that fire that was like, whoa, I have to do this.
Literally hit me, and I was like, amazing.
Wow. What a special experience though.
Yeah, it was incredible. And then I suppose my second big one was probably when we were doing Nutcracker the very first time, and that was in 91 or maybe 92, I can't remember.
The New Adventures Nutcracker. What, Adventures in Motion Pictures, that one?
Adventures in Motion Pictures. It was the first time we'd done it, and we were doing it in Leeds with Opera North, because Nutcracker was the first half, and then an opera called Yolande was the second half.
Got you.
Because it was Tchaikovsky's 100th birthday or something. Yes, his anniversary. And they used to be performed together.
Got you.
Nutcracker and Yolande.
Yeah.
And so Nutcracker was just one whole piece. So there was no interval. And we were working with a orchestra and a conductor for the first time. And we'd never done anything like that before.
Yeah.
And I was playing Clara, and I was sort of probably a bit overwhelmed, but also really excited.
Yeah.
And I remember that first show being one of the most exciting things I'd ever done, because we hadn't really finished it either. So the end of the first half, where Clara gets left on her own.
Right.
And then it goes into Act 2, and there's the opening music. Nothing had been done at that point. So I was sort of wandering around on stage, taking off my ice skates.
Oh, were you?
And thinking, where shall I go?
Oh my gosh.
Before the Cupids came on.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And you just completely improvised that?
More or less,
oh,
yeah.
Wow.
But I remember at the end of the show thinking, this has been the most amazing thing I've ever done. Because it was massive. It was massive at the time.
Of course.
And I'd never done anything like that before.
Yeah.
That will always stick with me. And also at that time, I had started going out with my husband. We weren't married or anything at that point.
Yeah.
So life at that point was
just
like,
really...
oh my God.
Yeah, lots of excitement all around.
It was great.
It's actually so amazing knowing that, having done Nutcracker, was it 2021, 2022, around that time of the beginning. So this was after snow.
Yeah. So, everybody's been doing
bobbing
that,
up and down.
and they've all gone off.
Yeah.
And Clara's just left on her own.
And then you just...
By the little signpost.
Yeah. You just thought, let's improvise. You're like, where shall I go?
Yeah.
But knowing you would have done it with conviction. I've never...
Well, no, I did.
Yeah, of course. Of course. Full out with feeling with the search. Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, so I'd like to move on to this or that. So I'm going to give you two options, and you just have to choose one.
Yeah.
Between the two. I think I know what you're going to say, but let me not assume for this first one. Teaching or performing?
Oh, that's so hard.
I know.
Younger self performing, older self teaching.
Okay, then that's
that
fair.
all right?
That's fair. That was a very good loophole to find
Yeah.
in that answer. Touring projects or London-based projects?
I think, also really hard.
I really thought about these.
Yeah, I obviously, because I live in London, I really like working in London.
Yeah.
But then having spent 2 weeks in York opening North by Northwest, you focus more when you're not at home.
Ah, interesting.
Because all you're doing is work and life.
Yeah.
Your life sort of goes on hold a little bit when you're doing stuff like that.
Very
so
much.
In a way, I think I do like being away from home when I need to concentrate on a project. So probably,
Yeah.
I'd say
Touring based
touring based. Yeah.
Okay. Working with text or working without text? Ooh, I know, because I feel like you do both.
Okay. So as a performer,
Yeah.
I think now, if I was performing, I would prefer to work with text.
Yeah.
Because I find it quite liberating and it's easier than moving in a funny way. I mean, it's a different challenge, but, as I get older, no, I mean, I still move, but I find that more difficult. So working with text, probably.
Working with text, interesting. I'm a bit more curious about working with text now. Whereas before, I was very happy just doing movement and just being like, no, let's just embody the story and communicate just with this. Now I'm like, what happens if I use my voice?
Yeah.
What does that look like?
I loved it. Every time I've done it, I've loved it because it challenges you in a different way and you find a different kind of emotion.
That's true.
Through text.
That's true.
Which you can then invest with movement. I like it. But, I also love dance theatre.
Yes.
I mean, it's a passion. So I love that as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, the next one. A morning technical rehearsal or an evening technical rehearsal? It's so specific, I know.
Well, I can answer this actually. The mornings during text are the time when I go for a run. So say if New Adventures is in Plymouth, we're normally there for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
What I do in the morning is I go for a run in the morning. I go to the little cafe on the front and I have an egg bap and a coffee.
Oh, I love it.
and look at the sea and think about the day.
Yeah.
And then I go into the text afternoon, evening. So I think I prefer that. But if it was in London, then I'd probably want to do morning and then
Have your evening.
Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense. I feel like after 6 p.m. as a performer, a lot of us start to like struggle to keep it together.
Yeah.
If we've been doing a long tech.
Yeah.
There's that one point of delirium that kind of hits, and then you have to kind of gather yourself
Yeah,
to kind of
it's
get back
true.
into this. Whereas in the morning, I'm there.
Yeah.
I'm very much present. I don't know what you'll say about this next one, but it's very on brand. And we asked this question all the way throughout season 1. Crocs or sliders?
Oh. Well,
Okay.
lots of people wear Crocs, including yourself.
Indeed. All around the theatre.
Yeah, I've seen lots of Crocs. For some reason, Crocs annoy me.
Oh, no.
But I don't know why they do. But then I have to say,
Yeah.
my daughter wears sliders and I can't bear them either.
Oh, really? You're neither? Do you know
Yeah.
what? I can accept that answer as a neither. That's absolutely fine. I'm like definitely biased. But it's funny because I think I wore Crocs like one time throughout. And then all of a sudden I became the Crocs person.
The Crocs person.
Yeah.
It's not only you now.
No,
I
there's
see
lots of people.
wearing
They're
Crocs.
very comfortable.
I know they are.
Yeah.
And I am a comfy shoe person.
Yeah.
I really am.
But you just
I
can't
suppose
get-
I'm more of a Birkenstock person.
Valid. Very valid. I love a
So I
Birkenstock.
suppose Birkenstocks are the Crocs of today.
They're more stylish. Can I say that? Oh, that's risky.
They might.
Since I'm an ambassador now.
What, the Crocs?
No, could you imagine? This is not sponsored. It's not sponsored.
I'd love that.
I mean, it would be iconic. But I feel like it's been part of the brand because now everyone's just like, oh, your Crocs. Like it's become part of it. So to say that Birkenstocks, okay, I take back the statement.
Well, no, I think I was maybe the Birkenstock kind of person. There was one moment where people started sort of stealing my Birkenstocks and putting them in different places.
At work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I always had Birkenstocks on.
Got
so,
you. Yeah.
I kind of get it.
Fair play.
Yeah.
I will firmly accept that answer. I think that's fine.
Okay.
Cunningham or Graham? Just got a quick fire answer. I know.
Graham, because it made me move in the way that I move.
A drama-filled role or the comical character?
Drama, I think.
Yeah?
I like drama.
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, I like comedy as well, but I think dramatic is good.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I don't know which one I'd pick at this point,
Well,
to be honest.
I think you can do both. So you're all right, aren't you?
Yeah.
You can do both.
The thing with the comical character that I quite enjoy is that if you're feeling down, it usually lifts you up because you're in a space where you're doing upbeat stuff. Whereas if you're feeling down and you've got to give drama and tears, you kind of stay in the sort of space.
Yeah, that is true.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's good to be versatile.
Yeah.
So there's something new that we're bringing to season 2, which is called Tricky Trivia.
Yeah.
And I do like the alliteration, which is where the title came from for that, but also just a way for us to just remember the past and also like the foundations of the contemporary dance industry, essentially is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So that people entering into the industry now can also remember like what happened before so that we arrived here today.
Yeah.
And what were people rebelling against and or creating, or what was new, what was fresh.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to ask if you know, as our tricky trivia question of today, when did London Contemporary Dance Theatre close and where were they based?
London Contemporary Dance Theatre were based at the Place.
Yes.
Because that's where I trained. And my good friend, well, 2 good friends, but my good friend Isabel Mortimer was in the company at the time when it closed.
Yeah.
So I would say it was in the 90s. Maybe around 93 or 4.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Something like that. Is that right?
It's 1994. According to Google, I always have to put that disclaimer in there.
You know why? I was suddenly thinking about, because Isabel Mortimer did Nutcracker, but she also did Cinderella, which was in 97. So I was sort of working back from there, thinking about when it closed.
Yeah.
So it must be. And when it closed, it was so shocking to everybody.
I can imagine.
Because for all of that period of time, we'd had London Contemporary Dance Theatre and Rambert.
Yes.
Who were the 2 rep-based companies that were doing really good work. And then London Contemporary closed, and it was really shocking. And because London Contemporary Dance School was like
so connected,
it really shifted and changed things.
Yeah.
At that point, it was very shocking for everybody.
I can imagine. And I think from this research, I mean, I knew this already because I danced for Richard Alston as well, but kind of knowing that when the Place sort of shifted focus from London Contemporary Dance Theatre, and then that's kind of like from that gave birth sort of to Richard Alston Dance Company.
Yeah.
Is a sort of resident company at the Place as well. Which
was needed. You know, if Richard hadn't have done that at the time, I think the dance landscape would have been very different.
Yeah.
We needed something.
Absolutely.
In that place and that kind of gravitas.
And it's great for me because that was the first company I danced with, but you know, when I graduated. So I'm glad that Richard did do that and also had the longevity, and also lovely to be part of that closing company in 2020, you know, something super special to remember. And I have one final one. I have an overarching question that I ask all of my guests per season. This one, and the answer I can't reveal to you on camera, but I can tell you off camera.
Yeah.
Can you guess the average time span of a contemporary dancer's career?
That's really interesting, isn't it? Because there are some contemporary dancers who can go on for quite a long time. I mean, I kept going for quite a long time and was performing in Edward Scissorhands last year, so that's ridiculous. I mean, I'd like to say that if you start professionally when you're 20, that you could go on until you're 40. That's what I would love to think. I know lots of people who have done that and are still dancing today. So I would say at least 20 years, but I don't know.
I chose this question because I think it's quite interesting going through training and everyone sort of having the rhetoric of like, when you turn 30, that's like, oh, you have your career until 30. But then also witnessing lots of people, both at New Adventures and in other spaces, dancing well beyond that. I think it's an interesting conversation to maybe break that stereotype. Do you know what I mean? So I was just like, I'd love to know what people's opinions are. What the internet says is also something quite interesting. But it's something that's shifting, I think, depending on how we look after our bodies and the type of work that we're doing.
And I think it's also up to choreographers and dance companies to use people who've got more experience, you know, who've danced for longer, because then they have so much to offer. Like if I think about Midnight Bell,
Yeah.
we've got a lot of older performers in that, and they are really fantastic to watch and have got a lot to offer.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I suppose, especially if you're doing dance theatre, what you're doing is you're using people who don't necessarily look like dancers as well, but can move fantastically.
Yeah.
So I also think that that's really wonderful as well, especially if you're trying to tell a story.
Absolutely. And I think there's, at 21 and 22, there's already a wealth of information if you've gone through training and things like that. And also you don't have to. There's some people who are really gifted with their knowledge of their body and space and things like that. But then through performing, through being in various different jobs, putting yourself out of your comfort zone, learning things about yourself, also doing shows back to back to back to back to back, learning how to develop characters, and then coming in maybe 8 years later, maybe 10 years later, like the approach to how you work, in my experience, changes so much more, and you can work a little bit more intuitively, intelligently. You know, you can add something that's a little bit more nuanced just from that experience. And I just would love for more choreographic work to provide that opportunity for dancers to kind of continue their work in that way. And there definitely are companies that are allowing for that and shorter projects. But, you know, you start to get to, you see those auditions looking for a dancer between like 18 and 25 and 26. And it's like, whoa, that's oddly specific. Because then there's a whole range of dancers who could be really suitable, but might fall outside of that age.
Yeah, and as we
category.
know, most dancers don't know their age anyway.
That's true.
So I'm a firm believer in going for as long as you want to go for.
Absolutely.
If there's the work that's out there. And I do think that that's happened more and more, especially in the last decade. There have been more people who've continued dancing or have had the opportunity. I think that's what it is. Have had the opportunity to carry on dancing.
Yeah.
Perfect example is somebody like Mami Tomatani, who came back for Edward, and she was 54.
Amazing.
She did all of the shows. I mean, she's done more shows of Edward than I would say anybody else has, because she started at the same time that I did, and we've done every single iteration of Edward.
Yes.
But I only did Saddlers. I was very lucky and just did Saddlers and then left. She's done all of it.
Yeah.
So she's got a wealth of experience, and also it's brilliant to have a multi-generational cast, because
absolutely
you learn so much.
I agree.
And I think it also breeds for a happy company. Everybody's happy because you've got all these different generations, and there's always somebody to,
it out, doesn't it?
And there's always somebody to turn to, or to chat, get advice from, or all sorts of things.
Absolutely.
Or if you're older and you haven't got much energy that day, then somebody who's a bit younger comes in and you know, says, that's okay, come on, we can get through it. And so I think it is amazing to have that. And Midnight Bell has that a little bit. I mean, there are a lot of older performers in that. Yeah. But we do have a couple of younger performers in it, and it will be amazing, that company. I'm hoping I won't have to work too hard.
I'm hoping that for you too.
I'll just go, there you go, you get on with it. I'm just going to sit here.
And just vibe. I love that. Today, obviously, I brought you here to talk about auditions.
Yes.
And kind of, what are we looking for? Well, I say we. You're more so in that position than I am. Like, what are you looking for? Because this is part of pretty much every performer's experience to an extent. And you're told, like, enjoy it, just show up as yourself. But then even though you can enjoy it and just show up yourself, it doesn't mean you're going to book the part or the role. So what are we looking for in auditions? I'm just going to start there. And it doesn't necessarily have to be New Adventure specific, although that is the number one question that I get from most people personally. So I was like, who better to answer this question?
So auditions are such a peculiar thing, aren't they? Because they're a heightened situation. Yep. You are told to try and just be yourself in the room. And that is a great thing to be. Yeah. But it's also really difficult. And it's acknowledging that you can try and be as much of yourself as you can, but you're in a really weird situation where you're learning lots of different choreography, which you may not have done. You may be a really excellent dancer, but you might not have done that particular style of choreography before.
Yeah.
You're being thrown into a situation which feels sort of really stressful.
Mm-hmm.
So I suppose in terms of auditions and what they're for, auditions are there for a choreographer or a company to see a group of people and see if there's anybody within that group of people that they feel is suitable for the work that they're doing.
Yes.
So that's the nature of what an audition is. The other side of it is, which probably isn't spoken about very much, is it's also the opportunity for somebody who is auditioning to see what the company's like and what the people are like and how they operate.
I'm so glad you mentioned that, because I think sometimes, especially when you're fresh out of school, or even when you're auditioning for schools, I tell people who are auditioning for higher education, remember, you're also auditioning the school. Like, does this feel like a space that you want to show up for? Is this a place that you wish to like go in and work for as well? Like, it's a two-way thing, and I think sometimes that can ease the pressure.
When you're auditioning, you're an artist yourself, aren't you? And you are offering yourself up for a particular company. It is really easy to walk into a space and go, right, I think they like this and I think that they like this, so I'm gonna try and be like this, and I'm gonna be really smiley, and I'm gonna do all of these things, and I'm really gonna act. But actually that means that you're just putting something on in order to try and make it work for the people you're auditioning for, which I suppose works to a certain extent. But I think ultimately the best thing that you can do is acknowledge that it's a heightened situation.
Right.
That you are walking into a space where you want to try and be yourself as much as you can.
Yeah.
And you just want to try and absorb as much information as possible.
For sure.
And try and deliver what you can deliver. I think it's also important that, and we do say this quite a lot in auditions, is that nobody's expecting you to learn everything and be, have all the choreography perfectly done, because we've got a rehearsal period to do that.
True.
What you're looking for is somebody who's working intelligently, who is really trying to get as much information as they can and deliver what they can deliver.
Absolutely.
And be musical and have an open face as much as possible, not a concentrated face.
Oh, I see.
That's sort of like, I'm doing it, but just try and relax
open.
And stay open and try and do the choreography as best as you can.
Yeah.
I think that's all you can ask for in an audition.
Yeah.
And I suppose in a New Adventures audition...
This is what I was going to ask, like more specifically, just because thankfully there's a wonderful following for the company and lots of people, younger dancers in particular, are really interested in joining. So from a New Adventures perspective, what are you looking for in that setting? Because again, it's more specific due to the style of work.
Yeah. Well, I suppose for New Adventures, ultimately, we're looking for people who can dance a variety of different styles.
Yeah.
So if you think about Nutcracker and Romeo and Juliet, if you think about those two, they're so completely different.
Yeah, they're worlds apart.
And so being able to deliver in both of those shows, you have to be versatile. You have to be able to look at that movement and make it work for yourself.
That's true.
And so it's being as versatile as you possibly can. But also, you might not be able to do certain elements or styles of choreography yet.
Right.
But that you've got an openness to look at some material and not go, oh no, I can't do that. Or go, okay, I can't do that at the moment, but I think after a rehearsal period, I'll probably be able to do it.
Yeah.
So it's that willingness to try different things.
I've got one thing. Heels. If you've never danced in heels before.
Get some heels on.
And do that. I'd never danced in heels before Nutcracker.
No.
I'd never danced in heels before Nutcracker.
But you did get your heels on.
Eventually, yeah.
And you did dance.
Yeah. I did, yeah.
And it was all fine.
Yeah, it's absolutely fine. But it's just for a New Adventures context. If you've never danced in heels.
You've got to get heels on. And and it also shifts the way you move.
It does. Where your weight is.
Yeah. And it is important if you haven't done that. Because we do ask, we never used to, but now we do ask people to audition in heels if we're...
that's quite handy actually.
It is handy. Again, it's another skill set, isn't it? It's something you can put in your toolbox.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, I could never wear ballet shoes. I
Oh, really?
Yeah, I
What's it
found
about the
them
ballet
really
shoes?
difficult. I did something to my balance. It was just odd.
Like split sole ballet shoes?
Well, just like normal ballet shoes with the funny ridge bit at the front.
Yeah,
and I just couldn't wear them.
Really?
Found it really difficult.
Oh, so
But
interesting.
you've got to wear ballet shoes, haven't you?
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely. Depends on your show.
And you've got to be able to work barefoot. Some people
that's
can't.
my favourite.
Yeah, it's my favourite too.
Yeah.
But some people can't work barefoot.
That's true.
So it's being able to do all of those things.
Yeah.
And if you've got to wear heels, then you've got to wear heels.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to have a want and desire to be as versatile as possible, I think, for new adventures.
Yep.
And I think you also need to have a want and desire to explore acting.
Yes.
And to build a character.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't have to demonstrate that in an audition. You don't have to, but I think it's to do with that kind of openness in your face.
Right.
You know, the thing of looking down.
Yeah.
Lots of contemporary dancers look down
we
because
do.
they get into the movement. And I know that because I've been there myself. But in kind of new adventures world, everything is performative, isn't it? You have to take the story out to the audience.
For sure.
That is one thing that's really important to see. And it doesn't mean that you're sort of pulling faces and trying to act. It's just being truthful with your focus.
Yes. I think being truthful is a really key thing to remind yourself of in the new adventures context. Because if you put on something and it's maybe exaggerated but just doesn't come from a place of intention, I've found for myself that I was like, it doesn't read the same in terms of storytelling because of how specific the storytelling needs to be with the musicality. And so I often say to people, I was like, don't try and copy what you think this should be. Like, what is the intention? And then what does that feel like? And then move from that place.
Yeah, I think that's absolutely right.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the things that Matt talks about quite a lot is coming from a place of truth is much better than sort of trying to put an overcoat of a character.
Yeah.
It doesn't work.
Yeah.
And actually it's good to sometimes start from your own experience and imagine how you would feel in a situation, especially if you've never done any kind of acting before. How would I feel?
Right.
If this were to happen to me?
Yeah.
And how would that present itself?
Absolutely.
When you start to do that a bit more, then you can dig more into character and develop that more. But I think you have to find your emotional self first. And I think that's quite difficult when you dance. Unless you're, I always believe that breath is the thing that connects you to your emotions. So as soon as you start breathing within a choreographic phrase, you find an emotion that reflects the phrase. And I think using breath is really important. So even that as an exercise when you're doing class is really thinking, right, where is the breath connecting to this phrase? How can I use it to connect to my emotions? And I think that really does work. And it's a good starting point in terms of trying to find emotion within movement.
Yeah. And so bringing it back to the sort of wider audition context, are there any sort of like audition etiquette things that you think people should know? Because, you kind of just get thrown into the audition world and then it's expected that you know certain things. And if you've never been told. So like from your perspective, what sort of like audition etiquette would you say is like good for people to know / be aware of?
Well, I think one of the very first things, which sounds a very peculiar thing to say, but make sure that you're wearing something that you've worn before. That you haven't suddenly thrown, I've never worn a leotard in my life.
Right.
I mean, I had to at college, I had to wear all-in-ones. It was like, it's the thing that I hated the most. I'm a t-shirt and tracksuit person, always have been, always will be. So walking into an audition and wearing something that you've never worn before and feeling really odd that will translate. We will know that you are wearing something that you've never worn before and that you don't like.
I didn't even mean to laugh, but I was like, it's so real. It's so true.
It's such a peculiar thing. Somebody walking in wearing a leotard and a pair of tights and actually they're much happier in a granddad top and a tracksuit.
Yeah.
Wear the thing that you're comfortable in, as long as it's not too baggy, I suppose. But that's something that you are comfortable in and represents you as the person that you are.
Right.
I think is the most important thing. Be who you are, I think is the most important thing.
Right.
When you walk in the room. The other thing that's quite interesting is how, so in an audition, you're not just watching the people who are working in the middle. You're watching everybody else around the outside and how they're reacting.
Absolutely.
And how they're participating in the audition and how they're supporting everybody else who is working in the audition.
Yes.
It's about you as a person. So I think that's a really important point, that we're auditioning the person who happens to be a dancer.
Right.
In a way.
Yeah.
Because if you think about the tours, New Adventures tours go on forever.
Yeah, they're quite long.
You have to be a nice person because you've got to get on with loads of people.
It's true.
If there's anything that makes you seem like you might not be able to work with different people,
right,
then that's a bit of a warning flag, because you're like, oh no, maybe they can't do a whole 9 months of touring.
Right.
With the same group of people.
Yeah.
You know?
So you're intense.
Yeah, you're auditioning for the person who happens to be a dancer.
I like that.
And I think that's quite important to remember.
Yeah.
So when you get to doing partnering work, how you work with your partner is really interesting. And it's not just about whether or not you're a good partner or not. It's about how you are working with the person that you're working with.
Yes.
So, for example, if you are put with somebody who maybe not be as strong as you partner-wise, it's how you deal with that situation.
Yes.
So we're not necessarily looking at how you're dancing or how you're partnering. We're looking at how you working together.
Okay.
Because if you're working with somebody who isn't as strong, but you are helping and guiding that person as much as you can within a very difficult, stressful situation, that says a lot about you.
Okay, question.
As a person.
We're in an audition and you've been partnered with someone, because this has actually happened to me in a New Adventures audition, actually. It was when I first auditioned for Red Shoes. And you're partnered with someone who is a little less considerate about it. What is the best way to navigate that scenario? Because of course, lifts are now no longer coordinated because the two partners are on different stages. You're trying to be as open and honest as possible, but the other person's not responding.
Well, I think you can only do what you can do in that situation. But what you need to recognise is that panel will be seeing how the other person is.
True.
And will be going, oh no, they weren't very nice to their partner. So I'm not sure about them. Particularly now, what we do now is we swap. So in our last audition, we've started to do that now, which I think is quite good. So we start with one set where everybody's learning one phrase, and then we change the partners. So you work with somebody different each time you learn something.
Interesting.
Because it means that if you haven't got on very well with a partner, it means that you get a chance to work with somebody else.
Yeah.
That worked really well in the last audition that we did.
Oh, that's good. Because partner swaps are integral at New Adventures specifically, but then also you never know what sort of space you'll find yourself in.
To really reiterate, it's about how you are and how you work with other people.
Yeah.
And just that idea of knowing that we're looking at the person.
Yeah.
We're not necessarily looking at the dance. Of course we are, because we want each dance has to be skilled.
Yes.
But it's about the person. And I suppose in New Adventures, mostly everybody is quite nice, really. We don't choose people who aren't nice. I mean, I think we're quite good.
Yeah. Because it's true, you have to be able to work with people for a long time.
Yeah.
And also partner swaps are integral for the work that we do. And you have to be able to be adaptable and work with different people, adjust to the needs of different people, different heights, all of this type of stuff, how people work. So I think it's good that this is now in the audition. Yeah. So people get a sense of what is that like? And then you also get a sense.
Yeah, it's
of
made
how
a big
people
difference
adapt.
Actually. But again, you live and learn each time, don't you? Each time you audition, we learn something new each time. So actually doing the partner swaps has been really good.
I wonder, what's your perspective on cutting dancers during an audition?
Oh, I hate that. I hate that.
Because it's widely practiced.
Everybody does it.
Yeah.
I remember when I was 19, I went over to Wuppertal to audition for Pina Bausch.
Yeah.
It was like the most incredible thing I've ever done in terms of that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And I remember everybody was doing a ballet bar and they were just tapping people on the shoulder.
Oh.
And it's the worst thing. And if you're there and you're still carrying on, you're going, oh, well, it's any minute now, and they're going to tap you on the shoulder. It's really demoralising. But I think if you can avoid it, don't do it, because it's much nicer to feel like you've done an audition and you've done it from start to finish and you've had a really good crack at really delivering.
Right.
Than just, even after 10 or 15 minutes, cutting people.
It's brutal.
I think it's brutal and I think it's unnecessary. And I know that it's time consuming. Auditions are time consuming. But I really do think, if at all possible, you shouldn't cut people. We never cut, at New Adventures, we never cut anybody from auditions. If you're auditioning a group of people for an hour, see all those people for an hour.
Yeah. I think it's also like a consideration for the person who has travelled to audition as well, because I know sometimes people travel from abroad, especially in open auditions and things like that. People that's their flight, that's their travel, that's their accommodation, and then to arrive and then be cut within 20 minutes. I just think, like we can value the people who've taken the time to express an interest.
Yeah, exactly.
In working or wanting to work with an organisation, group, whatever. And like you said, like give them the space, because also sometimes people take a moment to warm up into the style.
Yeah. Everybody learns at different speeds. Yeah. So you might watch somebody and think, oh, they haven't got it yet. And then by the third time they do it, suddenly it's clicked and they've got it.
Absolutely.
It's also remembering that as well when you're auditioning, is that if you are a slow learner, just allow yourself to learn it and not panic. Right. Especially in a New Adventures audition, because you will get time. There will be enough time for you to at least master. Even if you're a slow learner and you've only got the first 2 8s, that's fine. Right. Do the first 2 8s. Yeah.
There are many spaces that are like, no, you need to get it and like have the whole thing and then do it. And then if not, they might not leave as much space for that.
Yeah. Each company and choreographer needs to recognise, and we're all recognising, that people learn in different ways.
Yes.
And giving space for that is really important.
Definitely.
And if you're still, teaching 4 8s in 5 minutes and want everybody to get it straight away, then you're not reacting to the world that we're in. We're in a really different world. Yeah. And we need to be prepared for that and work with that.
Yeah. That is true. And I guess it depends on how much time and also space people have who are hosting the audition, because those things are also different.
Yeah, there's time constraints, but it's just having an awareness.
Yeah, I agree.
That's all. It doesn't take much. Just be aware that people have different ways of learning and it might take a little bit of time, which is why I say you've got a rehearsal period to get it absolutely right. Yeah. You don't need to be right in an audition. Yeah. You have to show a spark of something. Exactly. In an audition.
I think that's a good point to remember, that we're not looking for a finished product.
No.
At all, because then
what would be the point of rehearsing?
Yeah, exactly. It's just like an essence of something that like, this feels right for what we're working on right now. Yeah. And we'd like to extend an invitation for you to join that process as well. I also wanted to touch on, because I feel like people kind of get thrown into this a little bit more without much preparation, for the people leading the audition who aren't on the panel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any thoughts for someone who has been brought in to teach an audition but they're not sitting on the panel? Because it's a weird sort of in-between sort of position to hold. Yeah.
Reflecting back on our last audition, if you're teaching material, you want to be as simple as possible and to be as warm as possible. Yeah. Be really warm in the space. When it comes to everybody talking about the whole group, if you feel that you really saw potential in, dancer A and dancer B, right, then I think you need to make that known. And what we did last time was we did talk to everybody who was teaching in the audition and really ask them as well, who they saw. That was really good, because we all see different things in different people, don't we?
Yeah.
And I think that that's really good to bring people to the panel's attention.
Yes.
Because it means that you go, oh, right, yeah. Oh, I didn't see that. I didn't see that person.
Mm-hmm.
Let's recall them, because actually, if you're saying that you saw something in them, let's see them as well. So I think that that's really important. If that's not possible, and that you're just teaching material, and the panel don't want you to say anything, then you just have to do your job, be warm, teach the material really well, make sure everybody feels comfortable in the space.
Yes.
I think that's all that you can do.
Absolutely. It's tough, isn't it? Because sometimes
tough.
You can walk into a space and also, it's like, I think when you're teaching an assessment in a school, you kind of feel like your class also comes under assessment.
Oh yeah, no, totally.
As well. And when most of the times it's not at all the case. You know, people will look at it, but they're not necessarily like critiquing you on this, that, and the third.
But you can't help
but feel that. That's why I was like, you know, this is a role that I think gets forgotten / neglected, but is also filled by performers.
Yeah.
In the audition experience too.
It's a horrible place to be when you're teaching your assessment class.
Mm-hmm.
I remember doing that at the place and thinking, all sorts of things about, I bet they don't think this combination is good enough.
Didn't even enter their
They're not
their
even
brain.
interested, really. They just want to make sure that they're watching everybody and that they're seeing everybody fully as much as they can. They're not thinking about anything. But that's a dancer's curse, though.
Yeah.
You're constantly, because you spend your whole life being looked at all the time.
That's true.
And told what you're doing wrong. And every now and again, you get told that you're doing a good job. Yeah. But most of the time, you're being told, oh, no, actually, you need to do this and you need to do that. Have you thought about this?
Yeah.
What about that? Oh, that count, you're a little bit off there. So you spend all of your career being told all sorts of things.
Absolutely.
When you get into a teaching situation, you are going to be like that, aren't you? You are going to worry about what people are thinking about you all the time. I do all the time. I'm constantly worrying about what people are thinking about me.
It's hard not to, because like you said, we've spent so many years in our career kind of essentially catering to what other people are thinking from a choreographic perspective, your director, class, your teachers, all of that type of stuff. And so this actually links really beautifully into this next section, which I call Know Your Worth, because I think as artists, we can learn to know our worth a little bit more. So what is one way or multiple ways in which you know your worth as a performer, as a creative? What does that look like for you?
Knowing my worth, that's such a difficult thing for a dancer. Oh my goodness me. When I was younger, knowing my worth was very much in me and probably in my family telling me that I was really good. Yeah. Because at college, you're not told you're very good very often.
Right.
So my family were always telling me that I was really good and that, you know, I was special. And so I was really lucky that I had that support.
Yeah.
My family have always been pretty good at all of that.
Yeah.
And that gave me a confidence in myself. But also when you're younger, I remember feeling far more confident about what I was doing and why I was doing it. And, you know, really enjoying being physical and thinking that I was sort of good, that I maybe wasn't there yet, but I was sort of good. I had something. And so my worth was more in me, I suppose, with the surrounding support of my family, I think. Yeah. But as I've got older, I find it harder to see my worth probably as I've got older.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing for me. I know I've got a good skill set. I know I'm good at doing what I do. Yeah. But validation is such a big thing, isn't it? And it's such a big thing when you dance. You want that validation of somebody saying, that was really amazing. It was good. Well done. And I suppose the less you perform and the more you go into like management and that other world of performing, that shifts. So I'm constantly thinking about what's happening with other people, how they're feeling, what they're doing, should I be having a chat to that person? Should I be doing that? Or I feel like they need a little bit of confidence building, so I'm going to go and do that. So I spend a lot of time doing that.
Yeah.
And I suppose I don't have that myself. So therefore, in terms of my worth, I don't think about it as much as maybe I did when I was younger.
Yeah.
It's quite difficult to put my finger on.
It's interesting because I guess the more that you go into management, creative directing, artistic directing, all of that type of stuff, you are directly connected to other people's experience in the job.
Yeah.
And therefore, as you're saying, with empathy, your eyes are continuously scoping to see how others are in the room. But then what's tough in that is you're looking to support others, but who's supporting you?
Yeah. I imagine there are quite a lot of other people who work within an artistic management in different companies who probably feel the same thing, that you're really trying to support, but then you can lose yourself within that as well. And also you're constantly reflecting on your working practice all the time.
Yes.
What you're saying, how you're responding to people, how you're supporting an entire group of people.
Yeah.
So you're reflecting on all of that and your working practice. So, and that's really positive, but you're almost removing yourself as a person from it in a weird way. So finding your worth within it is quite difficult because you're not really thinking about that.
I can imagine. So it could be fair to say that in order to know your worth more presently in the space is just for other people in the room to remember that whoever's leading the room is only human.
Yes.
I think that's important. And then also, like, as you say, as you're leading spaces, to remember that you're holding a lot of space for other people.
Yeah.
It's just that reminder, because if you're reflecting on your practice, maybe to also reflect, be like, no, I'm holding the space for a lot of people as well. And then, just because you're in a leadership position doesn't mean that you'll be perfect. Again, at that perfectionism thing. But there is that expectation.
Yeah, that you're going to do everything in the right way.
Yes.
Or no.
Yeah.
It's a constant learning curve.
Yes.
And has been for a really long time, which is fantastic, actually, because it means you never get stuck because you're constantly thinking about how you can do things better. Yeah. Which is amazing. But also it means that you can make a ton of mistakes as well along the way.
Absolutely.
But as long as your intention is good, then I think it's okay. Yeah. It can be challenging.
Of course. You come under more scrutiny the more positions of authority, responsibility that you hold in the space. And I think what I'm hearing even from within an auditions context as well, that we just need to remember that we're all human. Like we're people first before the things that we do.
Exactly. And I think that's really important.
Yes, you might really want this job, but just like go in as who you are, confident as who you are in that space. And also remember the people on the panel, yes, they may hold positions of authority and power. They're also just people.
Yeah, they are. They're just people who are all passionate. Everybody in those spaces as well are really passionate about what they do. Yeah. They really love what they do. Yeah. Otherwise they wouldn't be in there.
Absolutely.
You probably all love the same things, If it's a dance audition, it's because everybody's found dance in all different ways, but found this thing which works for them.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's a beautiful thing that we can remember as a wider dance community as well, like the dancing, the performing, our craft. This is the thing that brings us together rather than the thing that divides us. Yeah. And so like, where can we find that common ground? Yeah. A little bit more.
Yes.
Yes. On that note, I think that's a perfect place to kind of wrap up. So thank you so much for taking the time to join this conversation and also shed some light on auditions. Like lots of us are dealing with it by ourselves. And even when you're on the panel, when you're teaching class, or if you're taking the audition. So it's just good to sort of open these conversations a little bit more so that hopefully you don't feel so isolated. Yeah, in that experience.
Absolutely.
So thank you.
It's been a pleasure.
Thank you so much. And to our viewers, thank you so much for tuning in to Candid Convos. If you've not yet checked out season 1, you'll find it on our YouTube channel and also our Spotify channel, all of which is available via our website, which is www.jonadance.com. Thank you so much for tuning in. I have to say it, please like, share, comment and subscribe. It does wonders for our videos, and I'll see you in the next episode. Until next time, thank you so much.